Hey everyone, so in today's vlog, I want to talk about the ego and where it lives within your body, and then I want to talk about the soul and where it lives in your body. And the reason I started thinking of this, and I've kind of been pondering this for a while, and really resonating with what I've come to know, is I have intensely been reading and listening to the Law of One material. Intense, especially tarot, but we won't get into that today. So with the Law of One material, and the Law of One states that we as human beings are a mind, body, and soul complex. These three things give us this human experience here on Mother Nature, on Earth. Mind, body, and soul. I also have been following Vadim, I can't remember his last name, but the book is called Reality Transurfing. And what Vadim says is, in order for anything to come into fruition, you have to do a couple things. The first thing is visualize. You kind of have to visualize what you want a little. You have to live in the future a little bit. So for example, what I mean by that, and what I started practicing and realizing, shit, this is so crazy, this is trippy, it's true. What he says is, if you live like an hour in the future, so for me, what I started to do was I would wake up in the morning and I started visualizing I'd still be in bed, but I'd visualize getting out of bed, having a shower, and just enjoying it so much. My first sip of coffee in the morning, it kind of sets my day. I put my prayers on, listening. I put my incense on, the smell of the incense. I started visualizing that before I even got out of bed. And then I would visualize how my day was going to go, what I was going to do first, second, third, fourth. So I kind of was living that day before it was lived, before the actions were taken. And it's crazy. When you do that, that's exactly what happens. So Vadim says that if you live a little bit in the future, that's how you basically manifest. And what he teaches you to do is basically, he teaches, let's just call it a chakra. He doesn't call it a chakra, he calls this a plot. But he says the manifestation area, whenever you want anything to come to you, is, he also says you have to act on it. Like, things don't just come to you, you have to act on what you want. But what he normally says is that you have to activate your plot. And in order for you just to visualize what a plot is, think of it as a chakra. It's not a chakra. Maybe it is a chakra. It's a meridian point for sure, I think, but I don't know. So let's just call it a meridian point, a chakra, whatever. He calls it a plot. So he says that the plot is located, it starts right in the middle, like in the back of your head, and it goes, it's like a braid, and it goes right into the middle of your shoulder blades, right into the middle. Imagine a braid falling there. That is your plot, meridian, chakra, whatever. And what he says to do is you want to visualize that plot to open, and then it's like throwing in a cassette tape or a CD download. Now we just download music, throwing a download, but visualizing into that plot what you want. So what you do is you visualize that, then you close it up and you call it a day, and you don't really think about it. So, and when I started doing this, it works. It absolutely works. But this isn't anything new, because the more I look back in history, and it's not new. So it got me thinking, okay, so basically what this dude's doing or teaching us to do is mind-heart coordination. So he's coordinating our mind, which is where the ego lives, by the way. I don't know if I said it already, but the ego lives in the mind. Your heart, the soul lives in your heart. So what he's doing is he's taking the energy from the pineal, the mind, and then he's coordinating the energy by siphoning it through the heart. That's why he wants you to open that plat up. Let's say it's a chakra, you expand the chakra, so you're hitting up the meridians in the heart, and you're coming back up and you're hitting up all the meridians and the points in your mind, because your mind is your ego. And guess what the ego does when you activate your heart? It surrenders. It surrenders. Even if it's for that little bit of time that you're doing your visualization and you're feeling good, that is the absolute must, because your heart sparks up through feelings. The feelings of love, joy, happiness, those high vibrational feelings are what makes your heart expand. So when you start giving your heart's electrical, right? But when you give that vibration, the electricity, that fire, that input into your heart of like this happy vision in the morning, and you have a smile on your face, when those sparks are sparking, so your heart starts sparking, it overpowers, because it's love, it's light, right? So it gives that information. Now, don't forget, light is information. Light is information. When your heart starts lighting up, it gives your brain information of, yeah, we got to work together, buddy. We got to do this. We got to make this happen. And that's silences the ego. So that's what heart and mind coordination is. Your mind, your thoughts, all of your thoughts are your ego. Up until you begin to observe your thoughts and you're like, no, I wasn't thinking that. That's habit. That's from the past. That is not what I want. So I'm going to change things. Then your heart opens up, and your heart goes through your chakras, these energies, these sparks, these meridians. We have 108 of them, I think, in our body. Go through all these meridians and up the throat chakra, into the third eye, and expand. And when the brain is receiving all of this spark, this fire energy, it has to surrender. The ego surrenders. And that is how fear subsides. And that is how eventually you manifest, because you have to have that fear to subside. You have to surrender. And this is how you do it. Pretty cool, hey? I think it's cool because I've had this information for a while, and I'm going to put it into my dissertation as well. I'm going to write about it. But it's been interesting because as I do this, so as I practice what I just talked to you about, what's been happening is, and they talk about this in reality transurfing too, is when I visualize these things with my heart and my mind coordinated and my ego subsides, and then I think about it, it's balanced here. So I close the plat up, and then I just leave it alone, and I go through my day, but not desperately, that's the thing, you can't have that's ego. Then your ego is stronger than your heart. But when you just kind of mind your own business, go throughout your day, you will notice Mother Nature giving you signs of whatever it is that you visualize into that plat. She will bring you, if it's for your highest good, easiest path, what you want will be brought to you. But you do have to put in action. You've got to put in action. For example, I want to add some stuff. I wanted to add some stuff to my dissertation. So I couldn't just think, oh, I want to add this stuff. No, I had to put in the action, and I had to message and email my prof and say, this is what I'd like to add in. This is how it fits into my original question. What are your thoughts? And I knew it was really out there, but before I even put the action in, I started seeing signs from Mother Nature and the universe. Go for it, to do it. And we'll talk about these signs in another vlog because the signs are really unique. They're really cool. They're super subtle. They're super subtle. The ego screams and yells at you. That's what fear does. But the soul and Mother Nature and signs from Mother Nature come to you very subtly. It's your free will to either see the signs, acknowledge them. They're so subtle sometimes. They're so easy to miss. But when you're aware and you become the observer, you will know these signs, they hit here. It's like, whoa, you know that aha, like that's what these signs are like. But it's not this, oh, aha moment. It's like, oh, okay, okay. They're subtle. Nothing about the soul, Mother Nature, when she starts your external reality, when your external reality starts bringing things in, there's nothing, there's no hoopla about it. It's all very subtle. Ego wants a hoopla, right? The ego wants a huge party all the time. The ego's up or it's down. The soul's balanced. So your signs from the external reality come in a very balanced way. The soul will never give you a bang in a party. Very balanced. Love you guys.